Bonjour, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game, at least 99, probably more. Alright then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's go! You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Jamie Lee Curtis has memorized pi to 1,500 decimal places. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Prostitutes in Spain must wear reflective vests. A single artichoke contains more sodium than 2 slices of bacon. In Texas public schools, algebra classes are listed as secular electives. Candied goat turds is a popular snack in Nova Scotia. House at Pooh Corner was the first book to be translated into Braille. Sloths give birth upside down. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. A teller sat inside the first ATM and manually dispensed cash. Michael Jackson's bathtub was filled with non-poisonous moon jellies. Some shrimp can produce a noise louder than a gunshot. Submarines were named after submarine sandwiches. The wheels on a VW Beetle weigh more than its body. Japan voted instant noodles as their top invention of the 20th century. Matt Damon has a tattoo of the equation from Good Will Hunting. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is buttholes. With a little probing, you can figure out which of these buttholes and which ones are full of 40% of emergency room visits in the U.S. are butthole related. some turtles can breathe through their buttholes. Butte, Montana's oldest bar is the Butte Hole. Your nose, ears, and butthole never stop growing. One in 5,000 human babies are born with a missing or misplaced butthole. The Rolling Stones considered calling themselves the Buttholes. Fidel Castro was born with 3 buttholes. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Stanford gave an honorary degree in sword swallowing to a circus performer in 1954. Vaseline's inventor demonstrated it by burning himself and then dabbing on Vaseline. The Oakland A's drafted Charlie Sheen after he was expelled from high school. The designers of Central Park also designed the grounds of 2 insane asylums. Babe Ruth had a brief professional wrestling career as Babe the Ox. The majority of shark attacks happen in less than 6 feet of water. Cockroaches can withstand nuclear bombs, fire, and bullets. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your next 7 fact categories. Cheerleading has the 2nd most catastrophic injuries of any sport. There's a variety of cucumber called burpless cucumbers. Diablo Cody wrote the screenplay for Juno entirely inside a Starbucks. Mao Zedong had a tabby cat named Chairman Meow. Salt Lake City's airport does not serve coffee. A can of Pringles was placed inside of the Voyager 1 space probe. Law & Order SVU's John Munch was also on The Wire and The X-Files. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is Fidel Castro. Some of these Fidel Castro facts are true, and some are lies. The CIA plotted to make Castro forget how to speak Spanish. The CIA tried to kill Castro with an exploding cigar. The CIA hired a cat burglar to rearrange all of Castro's office furniture. The CIA plotted to kill Castro with assassin monkeys. The CIA plotted to make Castro's beard fall off. The CIA plotted to kill Castro with a booby-trapped seashell. The CIA tried to make Castro lactose intolerant. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. Jesse James stole 500 pounds of coffee during a train robbery. High heels are illegal in Mobile, Alabama. Beer wasn't considered an alcoholic drink in Russia until 2011. Jeffrey Dahmer's last meal was 12 chicken nuggets. Turkeys make a human shape by tracing their heads. Geisel wrote contraceptive into a book just to see if editors would notice. Fans of The Doors sprinkle sand from Death Valley on Jim Morrison's grave on his birthday. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round one. Here are your new fact categories. An Iowa man found a corpse in his Tales from the Crypt pinball machine. Carrots were originally purple, not orange. A man dressed as Winnie the Pooh stole $200,000 from a Swiss bank in 1998. A building at the Kennedy Space Center is so large that rain clouds form inside of it. Yankee candles were banned in 1860s Georgia. Hitler and Winston Churchill were second cousins. The most pirated video game in 1990 was Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is baseball team names. Check out these baseball team name facts and try to separate the truth from the lies. The Minnesota Twins were formerly the Minnesota Only Children. The Cleveland Indians were formerly the Cleveland Naps. The Pittsburgh Pirates were formerly the Pittsburgh Innocents. The St. Louis Cardinals were formerly the St. Louis Scoundrels. The New York Yankees were formerly the New York Rats. The Chicago Cubs were formerly the Chicago White Stockings. The Baltimore Orioles were formerly the Baltimore Vampires. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. Henry Ford was a world champion yodeler. Brad Pitt got stabbed at a Pizza Hut buffet. Kesha's official Twitter address is @KeshaSucks. Some snails have thousands of teeth. The creator of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer considered calling him Reginald. Luxembourg has an above-ground sewer system. The French horn is modeled after a pig's tail. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. The first tweet ever posted to Twitter was, "Just ate a sandwich, yum." The FBI contact center number is, unintentionally, 1-800-4-BATMAN. Kafka's The Metamorphosis was originally titled The Very Bad Day. Jelly has 29 separate definitions in the Webster's Dictionary. The congressman who renamed French fries to Freedom Fries later went to prison. New technology allows cows in heat to send text messages to farmers. Invitations to Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding were sent by fax machine. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is making money. Check out these facts about making money and see if you know which are true and which are lies. It costs less to make a silver dollar than to print a paper dollar. A penny costs exactly 1 cent to manufacture. The U.S. Mint loses $1 trillion a year making new money. Temporary currency printed on cotton was used to save money during the Civil War. It costs over 11 cents to make a U.S. nickel. The U.S. Mint earns $1 for every dime made. It costs more to print a $10 bill than a $100 bill. Let's see the final scores.